Hey everyone, welcome back. This is my review of Tokyo ESP Episode 4 entitled Scene 4, The Rain, Ring, and Girl. Okay. So this week's episode of Tokyo ESP, once again it's coming out a day late, sorry about that, but oh well. Anyways, this week's episode of Tokyo ESP was once again very enjoyable. It really was. Now, I hear a lot of people complaining about the first episode now because they say that, because the first episode is basically started out at the beginning of an arc, then all the surprises are kind of ruined and whatnot, and all the reveals and whatnot. I have two things to say to that. One, not all of them, because we did learn this episode that Minami and, forget what his actual name is, I'll just call him Crowhead. Minami and Crowhead are actually technically siblings. I don't think they're blood related. I think they're pretty much just step siblings, but they're still siblings and very close to each other. So that was a shocker that I didn't expect. Okay, and it was very, very interesting to find that out. And the second thing is, even the reveals that are kind of, shock, or the reveals are kind of ruined. There's two things about that. One, some of them I actually do forget, so it's not shocking. But even the ones I don't forget. So it is shocking, but even the ones I don't forget, doesn't really bother me all that much, alright? Because I have a feeling that the purpose of the first episode was to kind of get people to really want to continue the series, and for me at least, it really succeeded, okay? So, yes, now, it's basically similar to if, say, I was reading the manga, which I'm not, but say if I was, suppose I was, then, and I was a really big fan of it, then these things usually probably wouldn't be a big surprise to me anyways, and I know there's a lot of manga readers, so, that's kind of why I don't, those are kind of the reasons why I really don't care that they did that. I kind of like it. I just wanted to bring it up before I get into this episode in general. So, this episode of Tokyo ESP, like I said before, was actually very enjoyable, but that penguin, my favorite part about this episode was that fucking overpowered penguin. Peggy the overpowered penguin. Yes. So Peggy the overpowered penguin has a ability where she's basically able to pull the goldfish out of people and thus pulling their powers out of them, okay? Now, this could bring up a couple things, is that like a power that she had, is that like her special power alone because maybe she's connected to the goldfish in some way in that stone tablet, or maybe she just had a goldfish go into her once or ate one, and so now she has a special power? Because if that's the case, then that kind of makes her overpowered in a way. If somehow she, of all characters in the series, got that kind of a fucking power, that kind of makes her overpowered in a way, but I'm just gonna leave it at that though for now. But yeah, that was definitely my favorite scene in the episode because there was that huge like sumo wrestler fat ass guy who Peggy took the goldfish out, then ate the goldfish, and supposedly got some sort of other power as well, which she used to basically attack. Okay, so she's definitely overpowered now. So that was definitely my favorite scene in the episode. We also found out that the woman in the suit of armor was indeed Minami, and that she is related to Crowhead. They're basically sisters. They're basically siblings, brother and sister. Okay, and so now Crowhead is really distraught as to why exactly she's doing this. And at the very end of the episode, they meet this guy named Professor, he calls himself Professor. I'm not sure if his name's been actually said yet in the series, because he was the one leading the charge of the army of Espers in the first episode, I remember. But I don't remember if we actually got his name yet in the anime, okay? But anyways, overall this was a good episode. The animation was on point once again, for the most part. We did get a lot of dirt faces again in terms of the art, which I don't know why, usually it's just the female for some reason, but once in a while we do get one on the males, like for example with Crowhead, for some reason, and I don't understand it at all. I'm guessing it might be like, for some reason the artists are having trouble drawing face, like lips for some reason, but that's what I would have thought at first, but then it's not on all characters, so I don't get why the derp faces are there on any of the characters. But anyways, it's a little bit distracting, I guess, but it's not enough to really take me out of the series, you know. And it's just one tiny little thing. So anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.